You are not eating that much. You walk almost every day. You avoid fast food and drink your water. But the weight keeps rising, especially around your waist, where it feels the most stubborn. If this sounds like you, then this video might explain the reason. We are going to explore for everyday nutrition habits that many seniors follow without knowing how much they affect their weight. These are not extreme mistakes. They are small, quiet patterns that seem harmless, but work against your body over time. Let us look at what they are, and more importantly, what you can do to reverse them starting today. Number 1, skipping meals and then overeating later. Skipping meals seems like a logical way to cut calories. You feel less hungry in the morning, so you skip breakfast. Or you get busy during the day, so lunch gets delayed or forgotten. At first, it feels like you are eating less, which should help with weight control. But for many seniors, skipping meals can backfire in ways that are easy to overlook. When you skip meals, your body does not go into weight loss mode. Instead, it senses that food is not coming consistently. As a result, it shifts into preservation mode. Your metabolism slows down to conserve energy. Your hormones, especially those related to hunger and fat storage, begin to change. And when you do eat again, your body is more likely to hold on to the calories and store them as fat. This is one reason why many people who skip meals end up gaining weight over time. Even if they eat less overall, the body becomes more efficient at holding on to energy because it feels threatened by irregular food intake. This effect becomes more noticeable with age, because metabolism naturally slows after 50s. So when you combine a slower metabolism with long fasting periods, your body starts to resist weight loss altogether. But that is only part of the story. There is also the emotional and behavioral impact. When you go too long without eating, you often become overly hungry. At that point, your body does not just crave food, it demands it. You are more likely to reach for fast, high-calorie options. You eat faster. You pay less attention to portion size. And even after eating, you might still feel unsatisfied because your blood sugar spiked and crashed too quickly. This pattern is especially common in older adults who eat very little during the day and then have a large dinner late in the evening. By that time, the body has been deprived of steady energy, so it reacts strongly. The food gets stored rather than burned. And because there is little activity at night, most of the calories go unused. Over time, this habit trains your body to store fat around the abdomen. This type of fat is not just a cosmetic issue. It increases your risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. It also leads to lower energy and slower recovery from illness or injury. Some people believe that skipping meals helps with portion control, but in reality, it often leads to larger portions later. And because hunger cues become less reliable with age, seniors are less likely to notice when they overeat. So what is the solution? The answer is not to eat more food. It is to eat more consistently and more mindfully. Start with a light, balanced breakfast that includes protein and fiber. It does not have to be heavy. Even a boiled egg with whole grain toast and a few slices of fruit is enough to get your metabolism started. Try not to go more than 5 hours between meals. If lunch gets delayed, have a small snack with protein, such as a handful of almonds or a piece of cheese with fruit. At dinner, aim for a smaller portion and eat slowly. Give your brain time to register fullness. Avoid eating too close to bedtime, and be mindful of emotional triggers that cause late-night snacking. Drinking water throughout the day also helps prevent the confusion between thirst and hunger. Many people eat when they are actually dehydrated. It is also important to listen to your body, not just the clock. If you are not hungry in the morning, that is okay. But do not ignore your body for too long. Create a pattern that provides steady energy, supports muscle maintenance, and keeps blood sugar stable. You do not need to eat 5 large meals. 3 moderate meals and 1 small snack are often enough for most older adults. What matters most is avoiding long gaps and responding to real hunger in a healthy, structured way. If you have diabetes or take medications that affect appetite, work with your doctor or dietitian to find a schedule that works for you. Consistency does not mean rigidity. You do not have to eat the same thing every day. But when your body knows that nourishment is coming at regular intervals, it begins to work with you instead of against you. Eating regularly with intention and balance is one of the simplest but most powerful habits you can build after 50. And correcting this one mistake can set the stage for better energy, clearer thinking, and more stable weight. Now that we have looked at how meal skipping affects your metabolism and behavior, let us move on to the second mistake. This one is even more deceptive because it hides behind food labels that sound healthy but are not. Let us talk about hidden sugars in foods you probably eat every day. Number 2, eating healthy foods that are actually full of sugar. We are surrounded by products that look healthy on the surface. You walk into the grocery store, and shelves are filled with foods labeled as low-fat, high-fiber, organic, or heart-healthy. At first glance, these choices seem like the smart way to eat. And for seniors who are trying to manage their weight, they appear to be the perfect solution. But here's the truth. Many of these so-called healthy foods are loaded with hidden sugars. And this quiet overload of sugar is one of the most common and most overlooked reasons seniors struggle with unwanted weight gain. Let us start with yogurt. Plain, unsweetened yogurt is a great source of calcium and probiotics. But many flavored yogurts, especially the ones labeled as fruit on the bottom or tanto or fat-free, contain as much sugar as a dessert. 1 small cup can have 15 to 20 grams of added sugar. That is about 5 teaspoons, and it is often consumed at breakfast when your body is most sensitive to glucose spikes. Another common example is granola. It is marketed as a clean, high-fiber cereal option, but many packaged granola brands contain multiple sweeteners like honey, cane, syrup, and even fruit concentrates. These ingredients make the granola taste delicious, but they also make it energy-dense and sugar-heavy. Breakfast cereals are another trap. Even those labeled as multigrain or made with oats may include high amounts of added sugars. It is not just in the form of cane sugar. It often comes as molasses, brown rice, syrup, or fruit juice concentrates. These terms sound healthier, but they have the same effect on your body. Then we have fruit juice. A glass of orange juice feels natural and wholesome, but it lacks the fiber of whole fruit, and it delivers a rapid dose of sugar that can spike your blood sugar levels. 1 cup of orange juice can have as much sugar as a can of soda. And because it is liquid, it does not trigger satiety in the same way solid food does. Protein bars, smoothies, meal replacement shakes, and even low-fat salad dressings are all examples of foods that carry health-friendly labels, but contain more sugar than expected. This creates a false sense of security. You believe you are eating clean, but in reality, you are constantly raising your insulin levels. And over time, that encourages your body to store more fat, especially around the belly. Here is the critical part. After the age of 50, your body becomes more insulin resistant. That means you process sugar less efficiently. It stays in the bloodstream longer, promotes fat storage, and leaves you feeling hungry sooner. That is why you can eat a healthy breakfast with fruit, yogurt, and granola and still feel tired and hungry by mid-morning. So, how do we fix this? The first step is to stop relying on packaging and start reading the actual ingredients. Learn to spot the many names of added sugar. Look at the nutrition label and check the grams of sugar per serving. Aim to keep added sugars under 25 grams per day for women and 36 grams for men, or lower if you are managing weight or blood sugar. Second, choose whole foods whenever possible. Instead of fruit-flavored yogurt, buy plain yogurt and add real berries or a small drizzle of honey. Instead of boxed cereal, try oats with cinnamon and nuts. Swap juice for a piece of whole fruit and water. If you do enjoy packaged foods, be selective. Look for items with fewer than 5 grams of sugar per serving and beware of serving sizes. Many products list unrealistic portions that make the sugar content look smaller than it really is. Remember, not all sugars are evil, but they should be consumed with awareness, especially in a body that no longer processes them like it did at age 30. You do not need to give up sweetness entirely, but when you reduce your sugar intake, your taste buds adjust. In just a few weeks, natural foods start to taste sweeter, and your energy, appetite, and waistline will all begin to shift in a better direction. Now that we have looked at how hidden sugar can sabotage your best intentions, let us move to the third mistake. This one is quieter but just as dangerous, and it is something most seniors are not getting enough of, even when they think they are eating well. Let us talk about the role of protein and why not getting enough of it could be making weight loss even harder. Number 3, not eating enough protein. Let us talk about the role of protein and why not getting enough of it could be making weight loss even harder. As we age, our relationship with food naturally changes. Appetite tends to decrease. Digestion slows down. And for many seniors, chewing tougher foods like meat becomes less comfortable. Because of this, protein is often the first nutrient that gets reduced in the diet without much thought. But not eating enough protein can have serious consequences, especially when it comes to body weight and fat storage. Let us start with what protein actually does. Protein is not just for muscles. It plays a central role in regulating hunger hormones, stabilizing blood sugar, and maintaining lean body mass. All of these are essential for weight management at any age. But after age 50, they become even more important. Protein is not just for muscles. It plays a central role in regulating hunger hormones, stabilizing blood sugar, and maintaining lean body mass. All of these are essential for weight management at any age. But after age 50, they become even more important. If your meals are low in protein, ghrelin stays elevated and continues to tell your brain that you need more food even when you do not. In addition to controlling appetite, protein helps maintain muscle mass. After age 50, your body naturally begins to lose muscle every year. This process is called sarcopenia, and it is one of the key reasons older adults gain fat even when they eat the same amount of food. Muscle is metabolically active. It burns calories even when you are resting. So, when you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down. And when that happens, even a normal amount of food can start contributing to weight gain. Many seniors eat mostly carbohydrates throughout the day. Toast or cereal in the morning, crackers or fruit for a snack, and pasta or rice in the evening. While carbohydrates provide energy, they do not have the same impact on satiety as protein. As a result, you may feel full temporarily, but hunger returns faster, and cravings become harder to manage. Another issue is that when protein intake is low, the body starts to pull protein from your own muscles to meet its needs. This accelerates muscle loss, which not only affects metabolism, but also increases the risk of falls, fractures, and disability. So how much protein do you actually need? For healthy, older adults, most research suggests aiming for at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That means if you weigh 70 kilograms, or about 154 pounds, you should aim for 70 to 84 grams of protein daily. This can be achieved through a combination of meals and snacks. Start with breakfast. Instead of just toast or oatmeal, add a source of protein. It could be eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or a plant-based protein like tofu or a protein smoothie made with pea or whey protein powder. At lunch and dinner, make sure at least 1/3 of your plate contains a protein source. This could be chicken, fish, beans, lentils, tofu, tempeh, or even lean cuts of beef or pork if tolerated well. If you find meat difficult to chew or digest, opt for softer options like baked salmon, stewed legumes, or shredded chicken. Eggs are also a highly digestible source of protein and easy to prepare in many ways. Snacks can also help fill the protein gap. Try a handful of almonds, a slice of cheese with fruit, boiled eggs, edamame, or a scoop of peanut butter on whole grain crackers. The key is to spread your protein intake evenly throughout the day. Many people consume most of their protein at dinner, but studies show that distributing protein across 3 meals supports muscle maintenance and satiety more effectively. If you struggle to meet your protein needs with food alone, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian about supplementation. Protein powders can be helpful, but quality matters. Look for products with minimal added sugars and at least 20 grams of protein per serving. Just as importantly, combine protein intake with resistance-based movement. That means activities that challenge your muscles, such as bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, or light strength training. Even simple activities like standing from a chair without using your hands can make a difference. Remember, eating more protein does not mean eating more food overall. It means choosing smarter food combinations that help your body work better. By giving your body the protein it needs, you support muscle retention, reduce hunger, improve blood sugar control, and keep your metabolism more active. Now that we have seen how too little protein can work against your weight goals, let us move on to a mistake that hides in your cup. It is something many seniors consume every day without ever counting it as food. Let us talk about the calories you drink and why they may be doing more harm than you think. Number 4. Drinking calories without realizing it. One of the most overlooked sources of weight gain in older adults is not on their plate. It is in their cup. Many people focus carefully on what they eat, but forget to think about what they drink. The truth is, liquid calories often go unnoticed, yet they can add up quickly and quietly lead to unwanted fat gain. Let us begin with fruit juice. A glass of orange juice may seem like a healthy way to start the day. It is made from fruit, contains vitamin C, and tastes refreshing. But one 8-ounce glass can contain up to 25 grams of sugar and over 100 calories. That is the equivalent of 6 teaspoons of sugar, and it enters your bloodstream faster than sugar from whole fruits because there is no fiber to slow it down. Worse, juice does not provide a sense of fullness. You may drink it in a few sips, feel nothing, and move on to breakfast. But your body has already received a blood sugar spike that triggers insulin release. Over time, these repeated spikes and crashes can lead to insulin resistance, a major factor in abdominal fat and type 2 diabetes. One of the most overlooked sources of weight gain in older adults is not on their plate. It is in their cup. Many people focus carefully on what they eat, but forget to think about what they drink. The truth is, liquid calories often go unnoticed, yet they can add up quickly and quietly lead to Next, consider coffee and tea. By themselves, they are virtually calorie-free, but when you add sugar, flavored syrups, whipped cream, or even just a generous amount of milk, the calorie count rises fast. A popular cafe-style drink with milk and syrup can contain more than 300 calories. And because it is liquid, it will not satisfy hunger. So you are likely to eat a normal meal on top of it. Another, smoothies. Smoothies made at home can be healthy if you control the ingredients. But many store-bought smoothies, even those labeled as healthy, contain multiple servings of fruit, yogurt with sugar, fruit juice, and protein powders with added sweeteners. They can contain more calories than a full meal and far more sugar than you would expect. Milk alternatives, such as almond milk, oat milk, and soy milk, are often used as substitutes for dairy. But flavored versions, especially those marketed as vanilla or chocolate, can contain added sugars that go unnoticed. Drinking these with cereal or in coffee adds even more calories to your day. Let us not forget alcohol. A glass of wine, a bottle of beer, or a cocktail may feel like a simple indulgence. But alcohol provides empty calories and lowers inhibitions, which may lead to overeating later. It also interferes with how your liver processes fat, and over time, regular alcohol intake contributes to abdominal weight gain and fatty liver. Many seniors also drink meal replacement shakes or nutrition drinks like Ensure. These can be helpful in cases of malnutrition or illness recovery, but they are not always necessary for healthy older adults. Some of these drinks contain more sugar than a can of soda and can become a hidden contributor to weight gain when consumed daily without monitoring. So, why do liquid calories cause weight gain more easily than solid food? First, liquids do not trigger the same satiety signals in your brain. When you chew and swallow solid food, your digestive system sends hormones to your brain that help you feel full. This does not happen in the same way with beverages. You can drink 200 or 300 calories without noticing, and your body will still ask for a full meal. Second, most people do not track what they drink. They may be meticulous about their meals, but forget that drinks have energy too. This creates a mismatch between intake and awareness, which over time leads to slow and steady weight gain. How can you manage this without giving up everything you enjoy? Start by choosing water as your main beverage throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, add lemon, cucumber, mint, or berries for a natural flavor boost without calories. Limit fruit juice to small servings, and whenever possible, choose whole fruit instead. The fiber in whole fruits slows down sugar absorption and helps you feel satisfied. When drinking coffee or tea, reduce added sugars gradually. Try cinnamon, unsweetened almond milk, or vanilla extract for flavor. Make your own smoothies using unsweetened ingredients, controlled portions of fruit, and a protein source like Greek yogurt or protein powder without added sugar. If you drink milk alternatives, read the labels. Choose unsweetened versions and watch portion sizes. If you drink milk alternatives, read the labels, choose unsweetened versions, and watch portion sizes. For those who enjoy alcohol, set limits. Try not to drink every day and avoid mixing alcohol with sugary mixers. If you do drink, pair it with food and drink water before and after. If you rely on meal replacement shakes, discuss this with your healthcare provider. Make sure they are necessary and not just a habit. Look for versions with less sugar and more protein, and avoid using them to replace meals if you are already eating well. Becoming more aware of what you drink is not about restriction. It is about reclaiming control. You do not have to eliminate every drink you enjoy, but you should understand what it contains. So now you know. For common nutrition habits that often feel safe, reasonable, even healthy, but in a body over 50, these habits do not work the same way. Skipping meals slows your metabolism. Hidden sugars trigger fat storage. Too little protein weakens your muscles. And drinks you never count may be pushing your calories over the edge every day. But the good news is, none of these are hard to change. And once you adjust them, you will likely feel more energized, more in control, and finally begin to see your weight respond in the right direction. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And before you go, tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Your story matters, and I would love to hear it. Take care of your body. It is always working for you. Now you can help it work even better.